Hello, I am Alejandra Ottolina and we are here today for some teaching tips in just a few seconds. Today we have group management, and very often we associate this with the opposite, with misbehavior, with discipline problems, with conflict. Now, why is it that our students misbehave? Yes, because they get bored, yes, but also because, for example, of the lack of negative consequences, or because they have a very low self-esteem, or because of mental effort, especially when it is prolonged mental effort. And when we have children with special needs or with difficulties, the effort is much more. So this complicates things. Now, of course, group management has to do with authority. Authority that has nothing to do with shouting or with getting angry. Authority that has to do with flexibility, with a sense of authority that is transmitted through, for example, teacher presence. And presence has to do with your tone of voice, with arriving on time, with managing the group. Presence has to do even with clothes. I cannot wear the same clothes I wear when I go dancing. So all this ought to be taken into account. So the first piece of advice to achieve and to develop your group management skills, the first piece of advice is to convey your status. To convey your status as the authority in this good, flexible sense of the word. You have to exercise meaningful control, and you do that, for example, through giving very concrete and clear instructions. You do that through monitoring how everybody is working. You do that when you walk around the classroom, making sure everybody is working and paying attention, and dealing with misbehavior if it does crop up. Remember that it's not a question of solving problems, it's a question of avoiding problems. It's not a question of solving the conflict, but a question of stopping the conflict before it escalates. And for that, we have to scan, we have to circulate, we have to target our questions, making sure everybody works. And if there is something that begins to go wrong, use eye contact and proximity, and a very low pitch in your voice. That will help you. See you soon. Thank you very much.